Hey you guys, it's Sam. Welcome back to my channel. Today is my favorite day of every year, and I think your guys' favorite day too. It has become a tradition on my channel. Today, I am going to be sharing with you guys this year's MAC holiday collection for 2021. It is called Hypnotizing Holidays, and it is awesome. It has a ton of pieces in it. It was really well packaged this year. I have picked up almost everything that I was able to get so far. As per usual, they kind of roll it out in different phases. So the sort of individual items, like the individual full-size lipsticks, and that came out as one sort of part. On the same day that they started releasing some of the collections as well. So there are more still to come, which I of course will be picking up, but they're not going to arrive until November. So keep an eye out for that video as well. I think that this collection haul is going to be filmed sort of in 3, possibly 4 different videos. So today I'm going to be filming a individual item kind of video, so that'll be the individual shadows and lip glosses and lipsticks, etc. And then I'm going to be filming one that is the collection sets that you can get, and then I may film one where I will do a look using things that I got out of this year's collection. I'm not going to include that all in one video because it will just be way too long, way too crazy. So let's get straight into this. So I'm not going to start by showing you the products, but rather the packaging itself. This year they went super funky, super different. I found like the last couple years were all about being like pretty and sparkly and whatever. This is this year's. It is so cool. It kind of still gives you like candy cane-ish vibes with like the red and the white stripes, but it's all of this really cool like psychedelic are you hypnotized? Really cool, really fun packaging, and even some of the packaging for some of like the collection sets is really well done this year, and I'll get to that when we get there. So for this first video, let's do the collection pieces. I'm going to show you the packaging. I'm going to swatch everything on my hands, arms, whatever. We're not going to swatch on the face today. We're not going to swatch on the lips today because I do have to go for dinner tonight and I don't want to look like a crazy person, but yeah, so that'll be the video that I'm putting out first, and then the singles will be up very shortly after, whether I put them up back to back in the same day or, you know, a day apart or whatever. I will get them to you guys as soon as possible because I want you guys to have a chance to jump on this collection if there are pieces that you see that you want. Keep in mind, if you miss anything, they do restock at least once when the next phase comes out, so you will still have an opportunity to get things online, so don't worry about it. Also, in terms of pricing, I'm not going to be talking about the pricings just here on the channel. I will link everything in the box below, and I will also put the prices down below. It's just going to save on time and research. Now, what I always like to do also for these videos is not only talk about the pieces that I did get, but the pieces that I didn't pick up, kind of give you guys a little explanation as to why I may not have gotten them and tell you the prices for those. So we will do that first because I do want you guys to see everything that's available, even if it's not something that I personally ordered. The first thing that I didn't get that you guys will see right here in the corner is the Mystic Mix Fix Plus Duo. Now this is a duo of what appears to be full-size Prep and Prime Fix Plus. That is the original Prep and Prime Fix Plus. It's not any of the scents. I, of course, have the coconut scent here. I've owned the original at one point or another. So you're getting 2 full size for $49. It says it's in special packaging. The bottles themselves aren't special packaging, but the outer packaging is special. It's kind of like this, but with pink instead of red, which is sort of the way that they went this year. They either did it with pinks or reds in it. This is a normal $74 value. So if Fix Plus is something that you're interested in, something that you want, something that you use regular, this is a really good deal for you. So you might want to think about getting it. I didn't get it because I have a ton of setting sprays that I'm trying to get through as it is, and adding another one just seemed really silly. The next thing that I didn't get is the Step Bright Up Extra Dimension Skinfinish palette. I didn't get the darker palette because I have purchased that in the past for myself, and it just seemed kind of silly because I am fair skinned. The colors are far too dark. They're absolutely beautiful, but they just won't go with my skin tone. So if you are, you know, a bit darker or tanned, or you know, you do like to wear some of those bolder, brighter colors, then that might be the little face palette for you. I love Extra Dimension highlighters. I think that they're fantastic. I did get the light one, which I will show you guys in a little bit, but I just wanted to say that first. The next thing that I didn't pick up was the Wave Your Wand brush kit. This year it came with 4 brushes. So it looks like you get I guess I can tell you guys what brushes you get. It calls it its fundamental brush kit, and it does sort of look like that. It's a combination of sort of shadow brushes and face brushes. So you're gonna get a 496 flat foundation buffing brush, a 553 dual-ended brow brush. So it's got like a spoolie on one end, and it's got sort of the, like almost this sort of a tip, like the small angled tip. Now, I don't use these for my eyebrows. I tend to use them as eyeliner brushes, but hey, to each their own. And then there's the 495 multi-purpose powder brush, so it's just a little bit fuller, and a 587 eye bullet brush, plus a bag. The bags are really cool this year. I will have some coming in other parts of the collection. I don't have any right now. So now that I have talked about all of the items that have come out, but I have not purchased, let's start looking at some of the ones that I did get. So since this year, it seems like there are more products sort of in what I would call like the individual product release, which is the single shadows and those sort of things. I am going to include the eyeshadow palettes as part of the kits. They all came out at the same time, so they are available, but I just sort of wanted to preface with that. We are going to do some eyeshadow swatching, and one of the palettes is quite large, so I'll try and keep this video as fast as possible, but you know, whatever happens, happens. So the first thing we're going to talk about, let's talk about that Step Bright Up Extra Dimension Skinfinish palette in the shade Light. Like I said, the packaging is so cool this year. It's all of these spirals and really, really fun things. So these packages open a little bit differently as well. Like they are the box, but also they have this little, if I can get it open, come on, this little flap on it that shows you all of the products that are coming in the box. Really, really creative this year. I'm really into it. MAC always kills it with their Christmas packaging. Some years have been better than others. Oh my goodness, that is super trippy. So it's like holographic kind of. I don't know if you guys are gonna see the movements. Super, super trippy. And this is what the 3 shades look like. I feel like they're kind of similar to last year's, although I don't really remember because I think I got rid of that. So you get these shades Lights on Lavender, which I believe is this kind of pinky shade. You get Freeze, exclamation point, which is this middle one. And In the Spirit, these are all limited edition colors. So if you see something here that you're interested in, definitely jump on it because you're not going to be able to get it any other time of the year. And I think when I was talking to my friends that work at the MAC, where I was able to pick this up because I was able to go in store and actually get this, they said that there aren't very many re-releases this year. So these are kind of lighter tones, definitely meant for someone with a fairer skin, somebody who's looking for a more natural, subtle highlight. I actually forgot to put highlighter on today, so we may use one of these. Let's do that right now and just sort of see what it looks like, see if the color pops. I'm not going to be doing this for much, if anything else, but since I forgot to put a highlighter on, why not? So I think the one we're going to go with, I'm kind of digging the one in the middle. That's that Freeze color. It's kind of like a goldenish sort of tone, so I've just got a little bit there. So you guys can see it does put a little bit of shine on, but nothing crazy. So if you're into a more subtle highlighter, these are probably the ones for you. Also, I really apologize about my lighting. I don't know what's going on in this room right now. I'm trying to like make it better, make it brighter. My ring light, I don't know if it's starting to fade on me or what's happening. I might fuss around with it a little bit just so that I can get more accurate swatches to you guys. But that is what that looks like. So like I said, this palette came in a light and a dark shade. Grab it if you're interested. So I shifted my ring light a little bit closer. It's still not really doing anything crazy amazing. It's really bothering me, so I'm gonna have to bring swatches really, really close to you guys. I hope that that's okay, just so I can make sure you guys can actually see everything. So as per usual, they did put out a couple of like mini lip gloss sets this year. So there were 2. These are called the Tiny Trix Mini Lip Gloss Trios. So there's one in cool and one in warm. They are absolutely gorgeous this year. Again, the packaging really, really cute. And check this out. So you get like this little sleeve that comes over it. And then it's like a little box that you just open like this, and they pop up inside. Really, really cute, kind of more sustainable packaging, because I feel like you would actually maybe store your lip glosses in this packaging, and then you close it and it just pops back down. Really, really clever for sure. So this first one is the warm set. So again, you get 3 mini lip glosses in this set. It looks like you get a gold, a neutral, and then a beautiful, beautiful red. It wouldn't be a matte Christmas collection without a really pretty red gloss. So the 3 shades that you're going to get are Guilty of Trickery, which is this golden color, and they spelled the word guilt like G-I-L-T instead of like actual guilty. So I'm going to put them all on my hands and then I will show them to you guys after. That way it's a little quicker. Next one is this Tick-Tock of the Town. I don't like TikTok. I'm really bad with social media. I can barely get by with my YouTube. So what I am noticing is there's actually like little golden reflex in this one. I'm going to bring it really close so you guys can kind of maybe see it. I don't know if it'll show, if it'll focus. Evidently not, but there's little like reflex of gold in this. And then this glittery red is in Optical Delusion. I love the names. They're so clever, so fun. So this is the warm trio right here. Absolutely beautiful. Definitely some wearable colors. Reds are always a little bit trickier when it comes to a lip gloss. I feel like if I was going to wear red, I would rather just wear like a lipstick, but that's just my opinion. Everybody's different. So that is the warm trio. And now we're going to get into the cool trio. Now the cool trio I absolutely love. So again, this super cool packaging, just love that. And here is the cool trio. It's really, really pretty, really, really neutral. You get kind of like a champagne-y gold, a really, really pretty cool tone pink, and then a nice neutral as well. So the colors are Frost Smitten. That's that light kind of golden champagne-y tone. Really pretty, really natural looking color. Obviously it's a ton of glitter, but still. Then you have Frills and Chills. That's that kind of, it's almost got like a little bit of like a lavenderish tone to it. And it is just like a full, almost like lip cream as opposed to like with the glitter in it. And then you have Charmed, I'm Sure, which is again a beautiful, beautiful like kind of light mauve kind of sort of tone, but it's got some glitter in it. So those are those 3 there. So that is the 6 mini lip glosses that you can get this year. So maybe one calls to you more than the other one. I would say that this one might have some more wearable tones just because that one does have that super, super, you know, dark red, and that's not for everybody, but really, really cute this year. And I'm just loving the packaging. Now that we've gotten the lip glosses out of the way, let's talk about the Tiny Trix mini lipstick trios. Again, there were 2. They came out in a red trio and a neutral trio. The packaging for these is really cute. I didn't even really talk about the packaging for the lip glosses, but I'm sure you guys saw. It's just their normal packaging, and then the lid is just that sort of pink. I wish it would focus on this and not me in the background. It's sort of just that pink twisty kind of pattern to it. Really, really cool. Lipsticks are along the same lines, except instead of pink, they are red. So this first one is the neutral trio. Again, I'm pretty sure all of the colors in here are limited edition. So if that's something you're into, like getting limited edition shades, you probably do want to pick these up. So again, super cute way of opening, if I can get it to open. Come on. I would think if it wouldn't open properly, you'd be in a lot of trouble because I don't know how else you'd get them out. So again, these are mini lipsticks, super cute. They are kind of like a matte red, and it's not even like a super bright red. It's kind of like a muted red, which I'm kind of into. I think it's cool, and it's got, again, these like spirals on the bottom. So the 3 neutral shades you get is Slate of Grand. That's kind of interesting. So this is that. It's kind of like a more dark sort of a neutral. Put that there. It is a amplified cream, in case you were wondering. The next color in here is Snappy Go Lucky. This is a matte lipstick. Kind of like a pinky kind of a neutral. And then the last one is Auspicious. And this is like your true kind of a neutral. Oh, that's so pretty, and that's a matte as well. So those are those 3 there. I'm really into this last one. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It's kind of similar to what I have on my lips now. Also, if you see this look, today was a weird day because I also got my ColourPop like Hocus Pocus collection today. So it feels like I was filming for a Halloween collection and now I'm filming for a Christmas collection. And weirdly, the Christmas collection is gonna come on the channel first. So if you like this kind of a look and you wanna see me review that collection, keep an eye out, it's probably coming your way. Next, let's get into the red mini lipsticks. Again, same packaging. So we have Razzmatazz. This is a matte. It's an absolutely gorgeous kind of dark red, sort of a wine color, really, really pretty. Reminds me a little bit of like D for Diva, and there's a couple other ones that are sort of in that sort of tone. This next one's called Candy Swirl. It's also kind of a dark red, it sort of appears to be, but let's see what it swatches like. It's a little bit lighter, but still kind of dark, and that is an amplified cream. That's probably what they can sort of get away with doing that because they just put different finishes on them so that they have different effects on your lips. And the last one is Eclectic Skeptic. This is another matte, and there's like your bright, Christmassy candy kind of red. And those are the three there. So those are the 6 colors that you could get if you pick up the mini lipstick kits this year. A nice shade variety, all new releases, really, really pretty. And again, this packaging is just so freaking cute. Like, I would actually store them in this, which I don't normally do, but I don't want to give those up. All right, we've talked lips, we've talked cheeks. Now let's talk about eyes. This year they launched 3 limited edition eyeshadow palettes. So there is a large palette, which is the box I was showing you guys earlier. They also came out with 3 mini palettes. This is also the only product in this collection that I've seen in sort of this deeper red tone. I'm not sure if they're going to be launching more in that color, but really cool, kind of a nice way to distinguish the palettes. And these have that little sort of flip box kind of front so that you can see what the palette looks like on the inside. Now, all 3 of these are available on the website. When I pre-purchased in stores, I could only get certain things. I could only get 2 of these eyeshadows. I picked up most of the mini kits in stores, but they didn't have any of the individual products. And they informed me they weren't getting them this year. So let's talk about the big palette first. This is the Size of the Prize eyeshadow times 25 palette. I don't think I'm going to swatch this one for you guys because it is such a large palette and I just don't want to take up, well, you know what? No, let's do it. This is the whole point of these videos. Let's swatch it. So when you pull it out of the box, it comes wrapped in black tissue paper. Okay, this is cool. So in past years, oh, this is really cool. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it is a round palette. It's got that same thing, but look at this. Ready? If you stare at it, are you getting sleepy? That is so cool. I love interactive things like that. How did they even do that? Oh, okay, I see how. So there's like a pattern printed on the actual front and then this like clear acetate portion put over top to sort of make the pattern look like it's morphing. I originally thought I wouldn't end up getting this palette because, okay, I'm a little disappointed now that I've got it. I will tell you why. So originally I thought I wasn't gonna get this palette because a lot of times the larger palettes are disappointing, but I really liked the color selection this year. I thought it was a lot of fun. Also, another big plus for them is that this whole thing folds over, so even though it's a large palette, it does make it very manageable. But the size of the pans are kind of sort of smaller than I was expecting, especially for such a large palette. I really wish, I get it, it's all about aesthetics and pattern and stuff like that, but like there's a lot of empty space in here that they could have utilized, made some of the shadows bigger, some of them smaller, I don't know. But what I really liked is that it sort of came in color patterns. So you got like purples here, you've got blues here, some greens, neutrals, and then into the pinks, and it sort of has a little bit for everybody. So like I said, there's 25 shadows in here. We're gonna swatch them all as quick as we can. And it's gonna be difficult because I don't know which colors are which. It doesn't say. All it says is, you know, different shades on the back, and it'll take me forever to try and figure it out unless I go and look online. They've done this to me before and I was able to figure it out. I'll try really quickly to figure it out again. Okay, so they do have sort of a full list of the colors on MAC's website. I will put like a little picture up here. I'm not gonna try and figure it out. It'll just make this video take way, way, way too long. I'm just going to start swatching and we're just going to kind of see how it goes. I'm going to do it in their groups of 3. So we'll start in sort of like the more neutral section. I will say these shadows are extremely soft, which is really, really nice. I always like that. I like it when brands, when they launch limited edition collections, you don't want the quality to suffer. And sometimes that does happen, unfortunately. And MAC has been guilty of that in the past. I've had products from MAC where I've tried them and I thought this isn't as good as their like regular collection, but these seem to be really, really pretty. This is sort of more of that pinky trio. There's a good mix in here of shadow formulas, like a lot of glitters, but also a lot of really nice matte shadows, some satin shadows. These are your purples here. This one is absolutely gorgeous. It's kind of like this like duochrome shimmer. This is why I really liked this palette. I think it would be a really good introductory palette for somebody to get into a MAC palette because it does have such a wide variety of shades. So if you're new to makeup and you're not sure, kind of look at that blue, which shades you like to play in, this could be really good for you because it offers so many options. The blues are to die for. I will say those are my favorite so far. Did I skip a section? Did that? I totally skipped a section. I skipped a purple section. Go back to that. This is the second purple section. That is an absolutely stunning, stunning color. I'm going to try and keep going down my arm, but I am going to run out of space. I can already see that. So far, they've all been fairly pigmented. Really nice variety of shades, which I think is important. You don't want to get a palette like this and see multiple shades that are the same or almost the same. It's just kind of a waste, in my opinion. I do tend to get mad at some palettes when they do that, and I express that always to you guys. I'm always honest with my thoughts and my opinions on things, particularly because I pay for it all myself, so I don't owe any company anything. I'm not sponsored or anything like that. These greens are absolutely gorgeous. So we're running out of room on the front. I might just start kind of putting them down here. Not the best spot, but it'll do. That'll do. All right, we've only got 4 more to go here. So this was really, really quick. It probably helped that I didn't have to say the names. So there's your last row of neutrals and also this like shimmery white in the middle. One thing I will say about this palette is they didn't put a black shadow in here this year, but that's okay. Not every palette needs that. The only thing I am going to check on the back really, really quickly, are these all limited edition? Or do I recognize any of the colors? So it doesn't appear to be. I don't notice any of the names. So it looks like you get some frost shadows, some matte shadows, some satin shadows, and you also get some dazzle shadows, which is a new addition. I don't know that I've ever seen dazzle shadows in a palette before. So these are the 25 colors in this eyeshadow palette. Like I said, if you are new to MAC and you're really wanting to try a good variety of their colors, this might be a really good product for you. I can't remember how much it is off the top of my head, but like I said, I'll list it down below if you're curious. It might be a really good idea because it gives you a lot of different formulas, it gives you a lot of different colors to try and play with, and it's really, really fun. Now let's talk about the other 3 eyeshadow palettes, which might be more your style if you see one that you really like. So these are the Surprise Eyes eyeshadows ×6. So this year they came out with a cool, a warm, and a rich shadow. I think the warm was only available for me online, but let's get into these. Again, they are the round packaging. I haven't seen MAC do that in a while, if at all. They have that same cool effect on the front. So if that's one of the reasons you were thinking of going for the big one, no harm done. You can still get them in the small one. I like that they're all 3 different colors so that it makes it easy if you do get more than one to tell which one is which without opening it. So each of these have 6 shadows in it. And again, I don't know if they're limited edition shades. I'd have to look into it. So this is the Cool shadow palette. I don't normally get cools, but I really liked this one. It is very, very neutral. It's a little bit of more of like a everyday kind of a palette. So it comes with 2 matte shadows, it looks like. I can read it actually for you on the back. 2 mattes, a luster, and 3 frost shadows. So that's okay there. I'm going to swatch it for you in sets of 3. So these are the first 3 colors here. So the 2 mattes, along with one of the shimmers, which is absolutely gorgeous. I'll get really close after I'm done swatching the whole thing. And the other 3. So again, a really neutral palette, but I think the thing that's special about this is that it is cool toned, and I find that most palettes that come out and most people gravitate towards more warm tone shadows, I myself included. But yeah, it's a really cool idea, and I think, as I was saying before, I don't know the last time I saw MAC put out circular palettes like this. I know for last year's collection, they were little square palettes. I feel like they were longer palettes for the couple years before that. So the Snowball collection, I can't even remember, the one that was all like foiled, and then even like the Nutcracker Suite collection that came out like many, many years ago, they were all kind of long, and then last year they transitioned to squares, and now I think just to go with the theme, they're into the circular packaging. So the next one is the warm one, which was my favorite, if I'm completely honest with you guys. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So this one is a red palette, and again, it has 2 mattes, a satin, and 3 frosts. This is what this one looks like. Again, another very neutral palette, but you get that big pop of red in the middle, definitely more warmer tones. So again, start with these 3 here. Said there were only 2 mattes, so one of these 3 must be satin. I'm not 100% sure which one it is. That one shade is kind of a little disappointing, like it's not super, super pigmented, but again, that could just depend on skin tone. Also, shadows go on differently with brushes than they do necessarily swatched with fingers. That's something to also keep in mind. And then you have these 3 here. So you get like a champagne-y kind of color, you get a gold, and you get this beautiful, beautiful, vibrant red. Ooh, that red is nice. Look at that. So that is those 6 right there. So that's the warm shadow palette. One more, you guys, and we will be out of the eyeshadows. The last one is the Rich palette. Which again is really, really pretty, really, really nice. And it's kind of more of like this purpley wine sort of a color. And this is what this one looks like. It is more purple tones, really, really gorgeous. Again, it has 2 mattes and this time 4 frosts. So let's start, I don't know, somewhere, wherever. Start here. There's 2 of those frosts there and 1 of those mattes. That matte purple is absolutely stunning. I don't think, again, I'm going to get it down there, so we're going to put it here because I do want you guys to be able to see them all. That first color is absolutely stunning. I'll have to bring it much, much closer to you guys in a minute. When I get the rest of the colors on, I will scoop myself forward. And let's do the next 3. So you get kind of like all of them seem to have this sort of like a taupey nude, which would be a really easy base to build a look off of. I do really like that. I think that that's important. I just filmed this Halloween collection video and I said the same thing. I'm just standing so I can get kind of close to you guys so you guys can see what they look like, hopefully. So that is the Rich one, and then the warm and the cool ones. Lots of different color varieties. Maybe only one speaks to you. Maybe you're like me and all of them really stand out to you. This was a year that I was actually really pleasantly surprised by the palettes that they put out, because in other years they're almost all glitter or, you know, kind of boring. And while these ones are very, very sort of staple colors and neutral colors, I think that it's a really fun concept. Now, I saved the best for last. As always, they put out another mini lipstick kind of vault collection this year, and this year they killed it. I have been purchasing the mini lipstick vault for several years now. I think I have 3 of the previous ones, and I did pick up the 1 year in between for friends, so I know what it looked like. So in previous years, they were kind of coming out like this in some sort of a box or like a clutch purse. That had a flap and just opened up like that, and you saw all of your mini lipsticks. Now, most of the mini lipsticks are re-promote colors or colors that are in their like regular collection. So again, it's just one of those things that if you're just getting into MAC, this might be a really good idea for you because they are mini and you get a ton of different colors to try. Last year, they did this sort of more circular one, which I love the concept of. It was for a firework collection. It does look like a firework. I also love the packaging. I think it's really cute, but it's kind of a pain to store. Like, this doesn't fit anywhere nicely. And I think that they thought that because even the long ones that are kind of more clutch style, they're a little bit difficult to store if you want to keep them in the box. Well, this is the collection this year. Looks super boring from the outside. So it's the Ultimate Trick Mini Lipstick times 12 Vault. And you get 2 satins, 2 amplifieds, 5 mattes, 2 retro mattes, and a cream sheen. So they all do look like regular colors. There's one that I haven't heard of, but I think it is in the regular collection. So this is what the box looks like when you open it. Are you guys ready for this? It's so cool. If I can figure out how to do it. So it's magnetized. So first you open it this way, and then you open it this way. So it's kind of like, do you guys see? It kind of just folds back on itself into it. Oh, that's kind of cool. Look at that. Hello. There's the picture for my thumbnail. So these are the 12 you get. Now the colors this year, it looks like they tried to match the outside of the tube to the color, which I always really, really appreciate it, but they did it in more of like, I don't want to call it matte, but in previous years they've been like metallic. These are definitely like shiny, but really cool color. So the first color you're gonna get, and I'm gonna get nice and close here so you guys can see it, is the color. I actually had this all pulled up because I wanted to describe the colors for you guys. Alrighty, so I found the part online. I just wanted to actually be able to describe the colors to you. So this first color is Mocha. It is a satin and it is described as a peachy yellow brown. It's a really, really beautiful color. Really pretty, kind of neutral, almost has a little bit more like definitely peachy, but kind of pink to it as well. So nice. This next color is Taupe. No, it's not. These are in backwards. Okay, they're not in the order that they're listed, so I'll just go in the order that they are. So this next color is actually Mare. This is a staple MAC color. I've owned it a few times. This is what it looks like. It is a dirty blue pink matte lipstick. Absolutely gorgeous. Right there. So it looks like they're starting to put in, or not starting, but like making a habit to put in some of their more popular colors. This next one is an amplified cream in Bricola, and it's a mid-tone berry. I've definitely seen this before in other ones. That's something else to keep in mind. It is important if you are like me and you have purchased these collections in the past to maybe look and see what colors came in other sets, because maybe if you're only missing like 1 or 2 lipsticks, it would be more affordable to just get the 1 or 2 lipsticks that you're missing as opposed to purchasing the whole collection. Now, is that the case for me? Yes, it is, but did I want to miss out on this? No, I didn't. The packaging is adorable. I just love it so much, and you can never have too much lipstick, although you definitely can. So this next color is a matte. This is in the shade Taupe. Taupe is a muted reddish taupe brown. It's kind of a darker sort of a neutral. Next up, we have Dubone, which is an amplified cream. This is described as a deepened claret. Don't know what that means. It's kind of like a dark sort of a red wine kind of color. Really pretty color. I think they did a good job of putting a nice variety of colors in this year. Sometimes you get a lot more reds and a lot more neutrals and you're kind of like, you don't need all this. It looks like it was a pretty nice variety of colors. This next color is a matte as well. This is Chili. It's a brownish orange red. Looks like that. On to the second half. First color we're getting into is Dozen Carnations. Now this is the shade that I'm not sure I've ever seen. I don't know if it's limited edition. I've just never heard of it. It is a cream sheen and it is an intense warm tomato red. Really, really pretty. I love cream sheens. They're one of my favorite formulas. I just think they're so gorgeous. See, I wouldn't normally wear a color like that, but because it's cream sheen, it's kind of a little bit more muted, a little bit easier, a little bit more wearable. I would definitely wear that. This next one is Lady Danger, another matte lipstick. This one is a vivid, bright coral red, and it is so, so bright. It's like an orangey kind of red. Looks just like that. Super bright red, not for everybody, but you know. Next up, we have All Fired Up. This is a retro matte. I'm not actually a big fan of retro mattes. I find them extremely drying. This is described as a bright fuchsia. I have gotten rid of all of my full-size retro mattes because I hate wearing them on my lips. They just dry them out like crazy, but that's that there. I don't consider that a bright fuchsia. It's kind of like a toned down reddish pink, but whatever. Next up, we have Ruby Woo, another retro matte, and this is like their staple red color that everybody has. Did I tell you guys? No, I did. So where is this even? It's a vivid blue red retro matte, sorry. I'm all over the place. It's hot in this room. I've got the door shut because Tom's working downstairs and he answers the phone a lot and his voice carries. So there's not very much air circulation in here. Next color is Diva. It is another matte lipstick. It is an intense reddish burgundy. I love this color. It's one of my favorites. So, so stunning, so rich. Oh, I just love that. And the last color you get is Rebel, which I believe is another matte. No, it's a satin and it's a mid-tonal cream plum. This is Rebel. It's kind of like a purplish tone. It does show up a little bit bright on the lips. Like it looks a lot darker in the packaging than it shows up on the swatch. So that is the 12 colors that you get this year. Again, I think they did a good job of giving you a lot of different formulas, a lot of their most staple shades without giving you like the velvet teddies and the cream cups and things like that that absolutely everybody have. And the packaging is just so freaking cute. Like you would definitely store it in this packaging as opposed to taking it out. So that is everything that I'm going to be showing you guys in this first video for the holiday collection. As I said before, everything will be linked down below. Every price is in Canadian prices, so if you're from the States, take a little bit off because your dollar's worth more than ours. I hope you guys enjoyed this. These are always my favorite videos to film for you guys. I get so excited for the Christmas collection. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below, what are you going to pick up from this collection? Are you disappointed in anything? Let me know. I love hearing from you guys. And if you're not already and you want to be, then subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. Keep an eye out for following or for future MAC holiday release videos because they're coming your way. And I will catch you guys next time. Bye.